Hello everyone, this is Afsar Ali. So in this video, you're gonna see how we can install Appium and set up everything for Mac machine. And let's get started. iOS installation, you need to have Xcode. All right. So you can install Xcode multiple ways. So the first one, just maybe type Xcode install. So using App Store you can do, or maybe there is something called App Store in your Mac. So you can also search here Xcode. So if you just type Xcode, you should see Xcode here and download it. The latest version will be installed in your machine. Also, you can go to this developer.com, developer.apple.com Xcode. Then just go down here. Maybe just click on this downloads. All right. So once you click on the downloads, it will ask you for sign in. So once you sign in, you will see this one, Mac Catalina your version, install the profile, applications. All right, so in here you can see a lot of things as well. All right, click on release and then you should go click on the applications. This is operating system. You need to click on application, then you should see Xcode versions. All right, here. So you can download as well. Here, just click on that. All right. So also you can open in App Store. This is the same way that we do, or you can download from uh, App Store as well. All right. And there is another link actually if you want to install the list of softwares, download Xcode in Mac. So if you go here, okay, so this is the one, how to download Xcode DMG or XIP file. So in here, you will see the list of all the old versions of Xcode and all the latest one as well. All right, so just click on any of them. Okay, 11.5, suppose you want to download, and it will download automatically. If you haven't um, signed in with your account, then it will ask you to sign in. Then after that, you will be able to download. So make sure you do have a valid Apple ID. So if you don't have Apple ID, just create one. All right, by going here, Apple sign up. So Apple ID. Need to create Apple ID, because when we create a provisioning profile, etc., we need that. All right, so just create this Apple ID using this particular site. Then once that is being done, we are pretty much good to go. The next thing that we have to do is install Xcode command line tool. So this is important. All right, so make sure you install Xcode command line code using this command, Xcode -select space hyphen install. So once you click on that, it will ask you to install this particular app. So just click on that, agree, and it will download that Xcode, all right, in your machine. It might take some time, 1 or 2 minutes. All right, okay, so now it's install. All right, so you can just go to Xcode. All right, make sure Xcode is installed in your application directory. All right, so it might take an hour because it's around 10 GB or something to download. All right, so once you have downloaded and installed it, then you will see a blank page. In my case, I already have something, so maybe I can just close this project. And yeah, this project already is there, that's why you are seeing. Yeah, we'll see a lot more about the Xcode and all. Then you need to install Carthage. So the Carthage is a package. All right. So Carthage is a package manager that manages iOS development library dependency. So you need to install Carthage as well. So dependency management. And we do have a Libby Mobile. So basically, Libby Mobile or iDevice installer, it a library that communicate with the services of Apple iOS devices using some native protocol. So that is being used to install, uh, and it is used to communicate between your mobile and with a native application codes or native protocols. And iOS deploy. So this is also library. We'll see one by one. So let's first install Carthage. Okay, Carthage install. All right. So you can also see Appium. I'll say Carthage install. Okay, go to this particular Carthage. All right. So you can install Carthage using brew install Carthage. All right. So first of all, just do that. Brew install Carthage, and it will install Carthage in your machine. And also, when you try to run Appium Doctor, you should see there is something called Appium Doctor. So you can see here Carthage is needed. All right, so it will check everything. Xcode is there. Xcode command line also we did. All right, then it will check Carthage is found or not. So this is the one. If it is crossed, then you need to install Carthage using brew install Carthage. All right, in my case, Carthage is already installed. And if you get this type of error, just use this hyphen hyphen force. So this error will be gone. All right. Then what we need to do is we need to install iDevice installer. Okay, iDevice installer. So click on that. Go to this Libby mobile device. First link. Here you can see there are a lot of information over here. So how to install it? So this also need to be installed using a brew command. All right. So if we check 1 second. Brew install, so homebrew install iDevice installer. So that one also will install iDevice installer. So that thing also you should check here in our Appium Doctor. If it is crossed, then that means if it is not present, you need to install Livy mobile device as well. So in here, I don't see that Livy mobile device, but it's good to install that as well. All right, so I would recommend to install Livy mobile device as well. So in my case, or iDevice installer, if you want to install something in your simulator or your real device directly from command line, okay, you can use this Livy mobile device iDevice installer. You can also check its use and how to do other things. You can go to this Libby mobile device website, and you should see some documentation as well somewhere. All right, let me just check quickly. Okay, you can see within this here, you can see there are a lot of features it has. File system access, it can access file system of mobile, and document sharing, music, video synchronization, network support, software update, restore, phone activation, camera, photo synchronization, whether it's supported or not. You can see the lot of things, whichever in a done stage it is already supported, or and some of them work in progress, some of them not started. But then we do have iOS deploy. So if you go and type iOS deploy, all right, so go to this GitHub link. So what it will do, it will install and debug iOS app from command line, designed to work on unjailbreak broken devices. So this is also the similar kind of iDevice installer, and what it will do, it will install and debug apps from command line. So from command line you can also manage this particular app, uh, the mobile. So need to also install using brew install iOS device. So just install that using brew. All right, so once that is being installed, okay, you can see there are some usage are there. Install, uninstall app, then install only. Something, there are a lot of things. Make a directory if you want to make a folder, if you want to upload something, upload a file using this, you can do from command line. So basically it's a command line tool. Okay, the next thing is WebDriver agent. So WebDriver agent is a part of a module that is part of Appium. All right, so when you install Appium in your machine, this WebDriver agent already being installed in your machine, right? So you don't need to install explicitly WebDriver agent, but you need to set up something within WebDriver agent. So because WebDriver agent is itself a iOS project, and you need to build that project in your simulator or in your real device in order to communicate between your script, Appium script, with the mobile device through this WebDriver agent. So let's understand what is this WebDriver agent is. All right, so if you go to this WebDriver agent project in GitHub, just click type in Google WebDriver agent, and then just go to this Facebook archive WebDriver agent. All right, so if you see the documentation, WebDriver agent is a WebDriver server implementation for iOS that can be used to remote control iOS devices. It allows you to launch and kill applications, tap and scroll views, or confirm view presence on the screen. This makes it perfect tool for application end-to-end testing or general purpose device automation. It works by linking Xcode framework and calling Apple's API to execute commands directly on device. Right? WebDriver agent is developed and used at Facebook for end-to-end testing, right? And it is being used by Appium. So this is archived already. So this project is no longer maintained, but there is something called IDB that is successor of this WebDriver agent that is being used now. All right, but still we are using WebDriver agent for lower version of Appium, and we'll see how we can set up this as well. All right, so in order to set up WebDriver agent in your real devices, okay, just type here or real device setup uh, Appium, using Appium, and then go to this appium.io docs. Okay, driver iOS XQI test driver real device setup. So in here you can see a lot of information about how to set up your real devices in your machine. All right, so what you need to do first, the basic configuration is you need to set Xcode org ID, Xcode sign in ID. All right, in your real device. We'll see this thing in detail when we talk more about provisioning profile and uh, Xcode signing, and also we'll when we'll do desired capability thing, we'll see those things in detail. All right. So in this particular video, we'll just check how we can install a WebDriver agent runner in your in your machine. All right. So just you need to do one thing. You need to go to here in your command line. You need to check which Appium. All right. So you will see the Appium is installed in this directory. Okay, go to that directory. Okay, maybe here need to go to bin. So once you go to bin, just open that bin folder. All right, so once you open this bin folder, Appium version, then bin. Okay, so in here, library execution, then bin, then library. Okay, you just go to library, node module, Appium again. All right, then within that we do have bin, we do have a library, node module. So within the node module, you will see a lot of things. You will see WebDriver agent as well. Okay, go to this WebDriver agent and try to open Xcode project file. All right, this file. If you double click on that, so you should be able to open in your Xcode if it is already installed. All right, and you should see integration app here, and make sure you need to set up something here as well. Let's do that. Just click on that and go to signing. So make sure this this is being selected. All right, your team. So how to do that? You need to make sure you go to here, preferences, I think, yeah. And also you need to make sure your command line tool is being selected. So if you have, okay, command line tool, we install, remember when we did Xcode select, then install, then that is install a command line Xcode tool. So you need to make sure this is being selected, appropriate Xcode version. I do have multiple Xcode version command line tool, so I can see, but in your case you might be seeing only one. So select that, and once that is being set, what you need to do is to do here. And also you need to make sure simulators, one of them is being installed. So in my case, I have installed iOS 12.0, 11.2 and 13.2. So these versions are being installed in my machine. All right, so those simulators. All right, so this is cool. Then accounts, yeah. So you need to make sure s- you have added your Apple ID in here in the accounts detail, right? So if you go to Apple ID, then continue, then just enter your Apple ID that you created earlier, and make sure you signed in. Then only you will be able to see here, and just select that. All right, so here also you can see signing certificate already created. In your case, you might be facing some issues. In that case, just try to change this. Instead of Facebook, you can write anything else. All right, and you need to make sure you need to select WebDriver agent runner. So in my case, WebDriver agent requires a development team, so just select that. And creating provision profile, cannot register your development team because it is not available. Okay, so if it is not available, so what you need to do is, all right, if you get this type of error, you need to go to build setting. Okay, bundle id, just type bundle id over here, and here try to change this. Instead of Facebook, maybe I can write anything. It's not a hard and fast rule. And here also I need to change. All right, so this is done. Build setting, then here Webdriver agent. I think that is done. Here also need to set. All right, so this is also need to set. And try again, and it will create a provisioning profile, and that is done. All right, so make sure just change it to some ID. and just select this particular ID from here. All right, and make sure for everything you need to do that. All right, whatever. If you have for tvOS, then it will work for TV Mac. Sorry, this is if you're running on Mac TV or Apple TV, then in that case you need this. All right. So similar to that, you need to select for all. Otherwise, you might get some error. So in here also, just change that bundle ID. All right. So bundle ID to Afsar, and just go to sign in and capability. So here it's not created yet. Okay, maybe I can do something other. So sometimes it takes a little longer. All right. Just need to try again and again. So it will fix. Okay. So if you see here, I set up for uh, integration app. So you need to create a integration app as well before, maybe what we can do, because it's a little bit complex, we'll create a separate video, and I'll be discussing more about provisioning profile and how this thing works, and how to integrate create an integration app and to install. So the whole process I'll be doing in the next video, all right, to explain how things works. All right. So yeah, for this video, what I can just quickly do is just run this WebDriver agent runner, and this is, you can see, it's automatically managed signing, and we'll discuss more about this as well. So if I run it, it says it's failed, and you can see here the failure says routing http server routing connection connection.h file not found. Okay, so this is because this is expected, because we need to do something within this directory. All right, so in here we need to do something. All right, so what we need to do is you need to do here the manual step that we have to do this particular thing. All right, so what I have to do is just make the directory here in the resources. Okay, you go to here, then a resource directory, and run this command. Let's see whether this works. Just open your terminal or this folder, or maybe navigate to that particular folder. All right, then you can see it's fetching all the bootstrap.sh. It will fetching some of the file, and it will download something, cocoa pod or something. You can see this routing http server. We got that error, right? Remember here in Xcode, routing http server routing connection.h file not found. So that thing is being installing here, if you can see, and it will take a little bit of time. So meantime I can just pause it, and yes, so now you can see this is done, and it's saying it's a fail to write user seller thing. So you need to have you need to have user access, admin access to this particular location. So what you can do, I'll get the access. All right, so how we can get the access? I need to give the right permission. All right, so go to user local seller. So till here, if I give the right permission, I think that will work. So I'll go to user local seller. All right, so in here or maybe in the local also, I can just open maybe get info of that file. All right, so you can see system has the right and read and write. All right, but everyone has read only access. So in that case, I can put read and write. The process cannot be completed because you don't have the necessary permission. So you need to just unlock this. So 273. All right, so you can see now I should be able to change read and write both because you don't have a necessary permission. Why I do have permissions? All right, let me just check here. 1 second. Read and write. Okay, so we can do one thing. Maybe I can just add here users and group select. Okay, so what I can do, I can just do the same thing using command line as well. All right, so let's do with a command line, give the full access, read and write access to that directory. So when I try with a sudo chown of that directory, okay, using my user to that. But in your case, if you are using your user ID as admin, then you should not have any issue. But in my case, it is having some issue. And when I try with the sudo as well, super user as well, it's saying operation not permitted because I saw some of the comment on some of the website. They're saying Mac OS High Sierra or later user local can no longer be chown. Okay, so this is something changed in Homebrew. Okay, so we can do that using some of the sudo chown brew command or something. But there is, if you go to documentation of Appium, there is a way that we can do when installing in on Mac. Make sure the user has the right permission for user local library. Okay, if not, then install Appium with this command. All right, unsafe perm root allow. If you do this, all right, let me just install again. Okay, so if we install like this and we don't have to give any permission, right? Okay, so this is being installed now, and let's see if everything works fine. All right, local seller Appium 1.16. Let me check here. Bin 1.16. I don't know why it's 1.16. Live bin node modules here, and there is another node module and Webdriver agent should be here. All right, Webdriver agent, and open the command. I think I already have this. So let me just try to run this again. Let's see if I do have access or not. In this directory, I need to run this command. Sorry, not this one. So yeah, we had a issue with a write permission to this particular directory, and I gave the write permission as well. If you check, right click on this, get info, and this is my user, and you can see I do have both read and write privilege. All right, so I can able to write it and do the same command, and it will fetch and install everything. All right, so then after that you need to go to here. Okay, go select the integration app that is being created, and after that just try to run of that. So in here also, in this particular drop down, just select integration app first. All right, then try to run that app, okay, on simulator. So you can see that a simple application is being created, and you can do simple tasks. All right, then you also have Webdriver agent runner. This is, you can also select that, but it might fail initially. We need to make sure this works, and it depends on the provisioning profile, and also we'll see about the provision profile and how to fix this error in the next video. All right, so that's it for this video, and I'll see you in the next video with integration of real devices for iOS. Okay, meanwhile we can play around with Android and iOS as well. And also you need to go through this documentation here, and I'll be providing the link of this documentation where it is explained everything, like how to fix some of the error you might come across, right? So you need to create a project and like this. So this thing maybe we will see in the next video in detail, all right, for iOS. And yeah, that's it for this video, and see you in the next video. Bye for now.